Yo, what is going on, you guys? This is Gaming What's Out and welcome back to the channel. So if you guys haven't watched my previous video, I highly recommend you do so before you watch this one, because I'm basically talking about how I think that the black market's battle pass system for Black Ops 4 is something that we should kind of be worried for because of how COD points can be thrown into the mix and just how the system overall can push the player base to want to buy COD points more than they ever had before in past Call of Duty titles. Well, unfortunately, it seems like that fear is coming to the game much sooner than we expected. By the way, I just remembered, before I get into any more of the video, I just want to go ahead and tell you guys happy Halloween if you guys are watching this. I'm currently recording this Halloween night at my place right now because I was busy all day, so yeah, happy Halloween to you guys. But anyways, what I was trying to say is that Call of Duty points or COD points are back, and you can definitely use them to unlock tiers within the battle pass system that's located within the black market. So let me go ahead and explain to you guys how exactly it works. So you can't unlock a certain tier directly unless if you are willing to purchase the tiers that come before it. So as an example, suppose you're sitting at tier 20 and you want to unlock tier 50 directly by purchasing it. Well, you will also need to purchase tiers 21 through 49 before you can even touch tier 50, and each tier will cost you about 100 COD points. So for all of you guys who are curious, if you wanted to buy all 200 tiers right off the bat for Operation First Strike as an example, you would need to spend 20,000 COD points, which then comes out to be a total of about $160. So yes, Operation First Strike itself is worth about $160 alone. But remember, you guys, just like I said in my last video, which like I said you should go check out by the way, I basically talked about why I feel like this new system could actually be a bad thing for BO4, and I talked about how this can't even be criticized as much as like the past supply drop systems either, because unlike in the supply drops where you would have to spend an absurd amount of time to get things like crypto keys or parts or whatever in-game currency that specific Call of Duty had, or maybe having to spend so much money on Call of Duty points to get lucky from these supply drops that was based on randomness, this new supply stream system basically lays out everything that you will be getting and when you will be getting it. So in a way, it isn't as bad as the supply drop system, but you know what? Activision still found a way to mess this up, at least in my honest opinion, because it just takes too long to level up each tier within the battle pass system to the point where it makes the consumers feel like that the only viable option they have to be able to complete the pass on time and not having to play so much is to buy COD points and have no other option around this. And from the research that people have done, the community basically figured out that it takes about an hour to level up each tier within the battle pass system, and that is just simply too long, because that just means that the game is going to require you to play 200 hours worth just to unlock the entire battle pass for Operation First Strike. And that is just right down ridiculous, because that's too much time that the player has to give into the game, especially when most of the player base are probably just casual players, people who like just hop onto the game, play for a couple of hours, and then get off and sometimes get busy with their personal lives. So 200 hours for a whole event that's going to end in like 40 days time at the time that we're recording this video, yeah, that's not acceptable in my opinion. Now, just for the sake of comparison, let's go ahead and take a look at a game like Fortnite, who really started this whole battle pass system first. So the game itself provides players challenges where it helps them to level up the battle pass a little bit more faster, and correct me if I'm wrong because I don't play much Fortnite, but most of the time each season's battle pass is around 100 tiers only, while BO4 has already made it where there's 200 tiers for the first operation, also known as Operation First Strike. And one thing that I want to mention, since we're already on this topic, that I haven't seen other YouTubers discuss about, is how some people have already purchased all 200 tiers within the battle pass system for Operation First Strike, and then were given 50 more tiers afterwards, in which most of those tiers are filled with reserves. This happened to a YouTuber who goes by the name of Raidaway, and so far I've only seen this happen to him. And this is kind of crazy, because what if he went ahead and decided to buy the extra 50 tiers? Are they going to go ahead and throw another extra 50 tiers towards his way, where now the operation has 300 tiers? I'm not really sure. I honestly don't know what's going on with this whole battle pass system, but it's just crazy to see how much time this battle pass system really takes, and how there's no challenges yet that allows us to level up the pass a little bit more faster. And the reason why I mentioned challenges is because Treyarch did say that they were going to add some challenges and accelerators to the game that eventually would help us level the battle pass system a little bit more faster, but there are no signs of that as of right now. And my guess is that this feature might actually be coming whenever the Blackjack shop makes a return within Black Ops 4 in November, which by the way, you can go ahead and actually see Blackjack's shop right now as an option whenever you enter the black market, except nothing will happen if you try to click on the section or just click on the Blackjack shop tab, because like I said, it's not a feature that's available just yet and will be coming in November. But overall, like I said, personally, I feel like we might get these challenges and accelerators whenever the update rolls out in November for the Blackjack shop. shop, and if they're going to add these challenges, which I think they really need to do, then I hope they come back in the form of daily and weekly challenges, sort of like how World War II did with their order system back in that game. And just to throw this into the mix too, because I think this would be a really cool idea, is to also have season related or event related challenges, sort of like how Fortnite has for each of its seasons. Because imagine if they added new game modes that are related to the event that is taking place in the game. Once again, sort of like how World War II did with the Leprechaun Mosh Pit as an example during the Shamrock and Awe event, or Horde Point with the Attack of the Undead event. And what if game modes like that, or something along the lines of that, came to Black Ops 4 and there were challenges specific to the objective of those game modes, and those challenges also help the player progress through the battle pass a little bit more easier. So as an example, suppose they added like the Leprechaun Mosh Pit game mode within Black Ops 4. Maybe like if it says, oh, kill the Leprechaun 5 times within a match or within across all matches, you will be able to unlock 10 to 15 tiers of the battle pass, or maybe the rate at which you level up through the tiers will be faster by 3 times. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up right now, but the point is they have so much potential to make this new battle pass system so much fun to complete with such challenges, while still be able to make money by keeping it an option to directly purchase tiers for a price of 100 COD points per tier, and everybody would be much happier than they are right now, and then Activision or Treyarch would still be making the money that they still want to make. But just to recap a little bit, like I said in the beginning of the video, the only thing that is going on right now with the battle pass is that we can either grind out the game to level up the pass and put in an absurd amount of time within the game, or directly buy everything with Call of Duty points for another huge price tag on top of the game's price and the Black Ops pass. And this is something that isn't going to do well, and might even push fans away from Black Ops 4 if they don't decide to make any changes soon for the better. Now, before I go ahead and close off the video, I also want to go ahead and mention how there are also new special orders or contracts that you can also purchase that cost either 500 or 800 COD points at the moment, and these special orders consist of their own cosmetic loot that will be added to the battle pass as well and won't have any time limit to complete. And the way this works is that it'll start at whichever tier you are currently at when purchasing these special orders. So as an example, suppose you're sitting at tier 32 and you decide to buy a special order for, let's say, either cosmetic loot for the Firebreak Specialist or Sarah, which by the way are the only 2 special orders in the game as of right now. All of the tiers for that order will start at tier 32. So for a feature such as this, I feel like that there needs to be an option where people can obtain these special orders without having to spend actual real money on COD points. And this is where I feel like that they need to bring back something like crypto keys from BO3 when they decide to add the blackjack shop. Only because if they don't have an option such as to buy these special orders with in-game currencies such as crypto keys that you can earn by just playing the game like how you did back in Black Ops 3, then you're leaving a huge portion of the player base who can't get these orders and loot only because they didn't want to spend any more real money on the game. And I think that's just not fair and a scummy way to do business. But only time can tell of how the blackjack shop will actually work and what other things might come to the game along with it. For now, I want you guys to voice your opinions on this whole situation, just in case somehow this makes it to someone from either Activision or Treyarch, which I highly doubt is going to happen. But at the same time, I still want to be part of the cause in which we can all voice our opinions and talk about how this is a system that needs improvements and allows the player to have an alternative way to earn all of these items a little bit more faster and easily without having to pay so much money, and that being the only option for you. So once again, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let your opinions be heard, because you'd be surprised at how much influence we really have on Activision and Treyarch when we all band together and stand up against something that we feel needs improvement. But anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon so you'll never miss an upload, and follow me on my social media accounts to stay connected. Links will always be in the description below, and I will go ahead and talk to you guys in the next one. So take care of yourselves, and bye.